Background: Tamra Keepness was born on September 1, 1998 in Regina, Saskatchewan. She had a twin sister named Tanis, along with her big sister Summer, big brother Rain, and 3 younger siblings. Tamra. Her siblings, their mother Lorena Keepness and stepfather Dean MacArthur, all lived on 1834 Ottawa Street in Regina, Saskatchewan. This area was not the nicest area for a family to live, as girls and women sold themselves for drugs and alcohol. Tamra's home was only 5 minutes away from a halfway house for felons, and not far from a Salvation Army shelter where the people that lived there struggled with drugs and alcohol. Saskatchewan's Child Welfare Services had been involved with this family since the oldest child was born. In 1993, there had been over 50 reports made to Child Welfare Services about Lorena neglecting the children, her use of drugs and alcohol, and Dean having a history of violence and domestic abuse. Between most of 2001 and 2002. Summer. Rain. Tamra and Tanis lived with their father Troy Keepness or their maternal grandmother. In early 2004, Troy was unable to look after the children, so the children returned to live with Lorena. 2 weeks before Tamra's disappearance, Dean had been recently released from jail after beating Lorena while he was drunk. July 5, 2004, last time Tamra is seen. There are conflicting stories about what took place the last time Tamra was seen. On the evening of July 5, 2004, Lorena and Dean were at home with all 6 of Lorena's children. At 8:30 p.m. that evening they had an argument. Dean left the house and ran into his friend, Russell Sheepskin. Russell also occasionally lived in Lorena and Dean's home, as he would babysit the children. Dean and Russell went to a 7-Eleven to get a jug of milk for Dean and Lorena's baby after they dropped off the milk. Dean and Russell went to a bar to have a few drinks. Lorena, on the other hand, was at home. The children wanted to go to bed. Lorena says that Tamra went to her upstairs bedroom she shared with her brothers, who were 8 and 4 years old. Lorena left her oldest child, 10-year-old Summer, in charge of the house. As Lorena went to a friend's townhouse, Lorena and her friend left the townhouse to get more drinks. Lorena came back to the house to let Summer know she was going back to her friend's home and was going to give Summer the friend's phone number. When she got back to the townhouse, Lorena says she called Summer and gave Summer the phone number. Lorena states that it was around midnight when this exchange occurred. Around 3 a.m. in the morning on July 6, Russell came into the home, but he was in a total fog induced by alcohol. Russell says he checked the children in the living room and saw Tamra, Tanis and Summer sleeping on all different sofas, loveseats in the house. Russell went to go have a smoke break on the porch when he saw Dean coming up the front steps. Russell says that Dean had beaten him, but this beatdown did not wake up the children who were sleeping inside the home, not too far from the porch. Russell says he left the home and went to the hospital for stitches. He had not been in the Keepness home since this incident. He states that the door was unlocked, but all 6 children were sleeping in the home safely. Lorena came home shortly after the incident. She claims the door was locked and Tamra was not sleeping on the couch. Dean, on the other hand, left the home and was walking to his auntie's home, but had passed out a few times on his way there. July 6, Tamra is missing. The second oldest child of all 6 of the Keepness, MacArthur children. Rain Keepness shared the same bedroom as Tamra. He says he felt Tamra get up from the bed sometime, possibly in the early morning hours of July 6. Around 9 a.m. that morning, Lois Shepherd, the grandmother of all 6 children, showed up to the home. Lorena was recovering from a hangover. The 2 oldest children, Summer and Rain, went to summer day camp. When it was time for breakfast, Tamra had not came down from her bedroom. When the family realized Tamra was not inside the home, they began looking at friends' and relatives' homes, as well as playgrounds in the area. A family member called the police at 12:16 p.m. that afternoon to report Tamra missing. Aftermath. Tamra's disappearance became national news throughout the entire province. Around 2,000 tips had came in the hopes of finding Tamra. There were searches coming in throughout the entire province alone, but she was not found. On July 19, 2 weeks after Tamra was reported missing, police had arrested and charged Dean with assaulting Russell the night of Tamra's disappearance. 2 days later, on July 21, Tamra's siblings were removed from Lorena's custody by Child Welfare Services and they were never permanently returned to Lorena's custody after Tamra disappeared. Lorena had 3 children after Tamra went missing, but they were also taken by Child Welfare Services as well. Lorena lost her family pictures when someone threw all her stuff in the garbage a few years ago. The only photos she has of Tamra now are the ones on missing child posters. Lorena began to engage in sex work after Tamra's disappearance. Lorena still struggles with drug and alcohol use. Her and Dean are still together, on and off. Russell Sheepskin passed away New Year's Day, 2009. Troy Keepness, the father of Rain, Tamra, Tanis and Cole Keepness, did an interview with CBC in 2019. He says he is guilty of losing custody of his children in the years leading up to Tamra's disappearance. He says the last time he saw Tamra said she wanted to live with him. Troy has 10 other children who are all adults by the time the 2019 interview was done. One son of his graduated high school. Tanis, who is Tamra's twin sister, is in university. Tamra Keepness would be 23 years old if she is still alive. Here are some articles, reports on the disappearance of Tamra Keepness.